Welcome back to Commercial Financing Experts Academy. My name is Su Trung, as if you probably know, you've seen several of my videos already. I have the courtesy and honor of having Robert Klein today coming to join us to talk about commercial financing and how his business has changed in the past. How long have we met now?
We have known each other since 2011.
2011?
Something like that.
Okay, so a few years. But before that, we were in the same brokerage, but we're doing mostly residential files.
You were.
I was.
Yeah, I was too. I was too, but you're having a hard time dealing with residential.
I didn't like residential at all. I was more a commercial guy, so as you can see why.
Yeah.
But since I've fully dived into that over the years, and I've actually introduced you to commercial financing. Actually, before I go into that, do you remember what your business was like before you were open up to commercial financing ideas?
It was good. Had no problems. But then what you were doing was much different than what I thought could be done. So when I took his course, it didn't actually, when you take his course, it didn't really actually teach me how to do a commercial deal. It taught me to become dangerous enough that I could get the client to want to do a commercial deal with me. Then I went and was able to learn commercial properties.
Yep.
And actually what's happened because of what Sua opened my eyes to was the mortgage industry has mortgage lenders or divisions of lenders that we have access to. And what turns out there's a ton of other lenders that we do not have access to, and they do a ton of other stuff. And over the last 2 years since I took the course, I pretty much made it my mission to figure out what everyone else is doing and being able to have access to what they do. So what's even, for those who don't know what other lenders, like how I look at a lender now, it's much differently. So I'll give you an example, RBC.
That's right.
Okay? So if RBC says no to
Interesting lender.
RBC says no to you as a client, does that mean it's a no? Does that mean RBC says no? Turns out 100% incorrect. What it is, what I've discovered is that in every major bank, there's, so far I think I've found 6 or 7 divisions in each bank.
That's right.
And each division has an entire set of different rules and a totally different set of things that they can do. So there's like the guy at the branch.
Yeah.
There's the branch manager that can sign off on things that
Exceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there is mobile specialists who have a total different range of things.
That's right.
Then there's small business. Then there's commercial, and there's different divisions in commercial.
Yeah.
Then there's high net worth. So there's about 5 or 6 here.
Yeah.
And in each of these sections, there's people that are absolute beginners at what they do and have zero clue what's going on, and then absolute grandmasters.
That's right.
So I've actually made my business now to go find these grandmasters in these lending institutions. And what's crazy was I'm in the Vancouver market. My core clientele is either real estate investors, successful business owners, and I call it rich people problems. And what rich people problems is, if you have a $4 million house, you want to buy another $4 million house, that's a problem. So I got good at that problem. So I'm not sure what I was going to say from there.
I think the point is that you're trying to say that even though one part of RBC declines it, there's other parts of RBC that could possibly approve this loan. And it's not just about any department or division, it's the people inside it.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, 0% of my business was commission or was fee-based.
Fee-based.
Actually, Sua, so on top of me turning me into someone who knows how to talk about commercial, he also taught me to charge fees. And that was something as a mortgage broker I was quite nervous about. I was just like, good.
Who isn't?
But what's crazy is this last year, 40% of my business is fee-based.
How much?
40, easily.
From 0 to 40.
And then the only reason is that I'm in the Vancouver market. I deal with crazy stuff all the time. And the only way you can get that stuff done is using these little niches who are little niches at a lender and dealing with a genius at that lender who can implement that specific niche.
Yeah.
I can't do that on the broker side. I can't do it at 99% of the lenders. It's only these one little one-offs.
Yeah.
So Sua basically introduced me to a whole different game when it came to lending.
Remember those files that were declined by TD, and I ended up getting approved by TD, and people just going, what the hell?
They weren't my files. I would have had them.
Including the clients? Yeah, they were from another broker. I mean, I was talking about that, right?
Yeah,
It's just bizarre. Who would have known that even within inside the same organization, things can get done? It's just different people.
I was actually talking to someone a mortgage broker that I know, going to branch level at TD for her mortgage, and the problem was at TD branch, you're not allowed to control the appraiser, meaning like you can't read the thing beforehand.
Yeah.
So they just did a blind appraisal. It came back, and there was some things wrong, and they just auto denied it. And otherwise, everything was before it was approved. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if it's possible to make this thing work at the TD mortgage level, then as long as you qualify, because it's actually harder to qualify at the TD mortgage level than it is a TD branch and TD mortgage specialist.
Yeah.
It's dramatically different. But if you can control and you can read it, make sure that those issues are not there,
Yeah.
like, make sure it's good, then you can probably get it done.
Yeah, we already know what the issue was on the first deal.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue exactly was. There was something that was not, it was the fact that there were not many comparables. So it was basically the appraiser said, oh, we can't figure it out. And I'm like, well, go talk to 5 other appraisers who can figure out one that can.
That's right.
So, yeah. So I think it basically opened up my game, but I'm also in a market where I had to open up the game. There's no choice. Like, I have not dealt personally with a monoline. I don't know what a monoline even is anymore. Everything I deal with is $1 million plus, no matter what.
That's right. It's much more difficult to find something with a sliding scale, right?
Yeah. No, not even a sliding scale. It's just really, the business has changed. It's gotten much more complicated. And then, what's interesting also is I see a bunch of brokers, surprisingly in the last month, they're saying that I'm actually leaving the industry.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then I also know if they're doing broker channel type deals, and they're in the Vancouver market, that's the big thing. Like if you're in Alberta, 300 grand house,
That's right.
and you make 80 grand a year,
That's good.
Then you're good to go. You got to have good service, good systems for that, and then just AAA simple deals. Come to Vancouver, that stuff will get knocked out so quick.
So basically today, what you can hear from Robert's saying is that he's changed. He's redefined his business of what a mortgage broker does. He's now not just limited to what the broker channel lender is doing, or not even afraid of charging fees. Because really, at the end of the day, is if you can provide the value to the client, are they against paying any fees?
No, absolutely not.
They're absolutely thrilled.
They're actually like, you get this thing done, here's the money.
That's right.
And then when you're at this level of type of financing, the concept of rate, I have rate conversations approximately never, ever, ever. And trust me, my client, who doesn't want rate? Well, if you already have a $1.5 million mortgage and you want to get another $1 million mortgage, and
what's more important?
well, no, it's not like that. They've already been denied by other banks, by other brokers. They have no clue how to go about it.
Yeah.
Most people can't read financial statements or restructure them properly. They don't know how to do any of that kind of stuff. So then, if it's within range, like it's reasonable, no issues.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Cool. We'll stop the video because it's gonna get too long, and I'll see you in the next part, on next video with Robert Klein. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, guys.